Well, good afternoon. Today is Wednesday, March 20th. I think I said yesterday was Tuesday, March 18th. I don't know what I was thinking. I could have been wrong. Me? Wrong? Ha, pshaw. Probably. Anyway, I didn't go back to look, but I think I said the wrong date. But today is Wednesday, March 20th, and we have a couple birthdays today. Today is Sharon Rogers' birthday, so Sharon, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sharon. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. It's also Metro PC. That's the name of the channel, but I don't know what your real name is. So Metro, I guess I just have to refer to you as Metro. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Metro. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. So Metro PCS, let me know in the comments below what your real name is so I can correct it in my little notes. I'll still give your channel a shout out, but I'd like to say your real name. And then I really thought that was Cheryl Bradley's son Mike's name. I thought that was the name of his channel, but I texted her and I found out, no, that's not. And I missed Mike's birthday. Mike's birthday was February 18th. Mike, can you believe I forgot your birthday? I can't believe I forgot Mike's birthday. Now, I know it's like a month and 2 days past his birthday, but I'm still going to sing to Mike Bradley. Happy birthday to you, late. Happy birthday to you, late. Happy birthday, dear Mike. Happy birthday to you, late. Cha-cha-cha. I'm so sorry it's like a month and 2 days late, but I have you in my calendar, so next year on your birthday, you'll get your song. Anyway, I wanted to give a shout out to one of my subscribers that has a channel, Life Over 55 with Kim. I'll leave a link in the description box below. She's starting off her channel and she'd like some subscription love, so go over there and check her out. She's on a journey to lose 100 pounds. I like her content. It's very good. I watch you, Kim. I don't always comment. I'm one of them guilty people that, like, I watch you on TV and I forget to go back to my phone to put a comment in. I watch all my videos on TV, and then I try to remember to go back into my phone to make a comment. So trust me, I do watch your channels. I just sometimes forget to make a comment. They should figure out a way that you can do it on the TV. I have a keyboard. I have a little clip thing in my TV, so like if I'm trying to like look for something on Netflix or something, I just type it in and it'll bring it up. And so I don't know why they don't, and they even bring up a keyboard for you sometimes. So I don't know why. YouTube, get on the ball. A lot of people watch on TV and they'd like to make a comment. I know I can hit the like button, which I do hit the like button, but I have a hard time remembering to comment. But Life with Kim over 55, Life Over 55 with Kim. Like I said, go over and check out her channel. Kind of had somewhat of a busy day today. Tomorrow we're doing Christy's birthday dinner. And so she wanted a yellow cake with chocolate frosting. And I had to go to Kroger's anyhow to get them. We're having a turkey, the whole fixins for Thanksgiving. So I had to go buy the bread and the celery and all that good stuff. And so her father-in-law, Lenny, who's obviously Aaron's dad, doesn't usually come. And he was going to come last time. And I was going to make a German chocolate cake, and he was so excited about having a German chocolate cake, which I can't eat because I'm allergic to coconut. So it doesn't tempt me anyhow. But you think chocolate? Sandy can't have chocolate? No, I can't have the... And I'm not going to keep a separate piece out without the frosting because I don't need it. I just don't need it. So Christy said that she's coming tomorrow because it's her birthday, and she told Lenny he had to come. I guess he doesn't have a choice in the matter. And Jim likes German chocolate cake, and I don't ever make it because, like I said, I'm allergic to coconut. So I also made a German chocolate cake because for Lenny, basically for Lenny and Jim. I don't know who else is. I'm sure other people will eat it, but I got that. And then I did make brownies because the kids love brownies. So I did make some brownies. So I did all my baking today because I only have the one oven, and the turkey's going to take that up for most of the day. So I wanted to get my baking done today. And then I chopped up my celery and onions and all that stuff so it'll make it a little, in the bread. So it'll make it a little bit easier tomorrow when I have to get the stuffing and get the turkey in. Tonight I got to check to make sure it's thawed. It should be pretty much thawed. I might need to put it in some water in the sink tonight, just for a couple hours, just to make sure. But I got to get this call. I'll be right back. And just like that, I'm back. I think I'm a little high here. Let me see. There. Oh my gosh. Move everything around. That was Danny. It's hard to believe he's getting married next Friday. So a couple of you had told me that I should probably still get Brooke the $12.99 earrings because those are what she picked, or maybe that's what she really likes. And so I did order them from Amazon, so I am going to give her those too. Figure what the heck. I mean, you can never have too many earrings if you got enough holes in your head. So I'm going to do that. And then I was checking with him to see when I could give it to her because I wanted to give it to her before the wedding. I don't want her to feel obligated to wear them for the wedding, but I wanted to give her the option in case she wants to wear them. But I'm almost positive she's wearing her grandma's earrings. I'm thinking, and I hope that she still does because, that's nice that she's going to do that. But this is just something nice. You can think of me and Jim whenever she wears them or whatever. But I'm going to put a picture here. Danny was so happy because last weekend was his first official golf outing for the season of 2024. The weather was cooperating. You wouldn't know it today because it's really windy and cold. But his very first shot in the very first hole, his very first whatever, bing. Here's a picture of how close he got to a hole-in-one. Oh my gosh. It was like, why didn't the wind knock that in? How can that happen? That would have been such a great start to the 2024 season to finally get a hole-in-one. I says, well, I would have just like kind of on it. And he says, well, I would have known it wasn't a true hole-in-one. He said, when we were walking up to the green, I don't know that much about golf. He said, when we were walking up to it, and I thought, oh my gosh, it's pretty close. And when I saw how close it was, he said, I have to tell you, I was a little upset. He says, because that should have went in the hole. I said, yeah, I think it should have went in the hole too. So anyway, he ended, I think he said, I don't know anything about golf. Is a birdie or an eagle better? Whatever it is, that's what he ended up with on that hole. I have no idea. I have no idea. He just said that, well, 2 strokes. Obviously, but he really wanted to get a hole-in-one. Every time when he comes on, I always say, get a hole-in-one. He says, you don't say that. That gives me bad luck. And so I said, see, I didn't even say get a hole-in-one, and you almost got one. He says, yeah, I know. I almost got one. But, yeah. So Jim and I went to Kroger's today, like I said, and we got our stuff. Went to the post office. I didn't get any mail. I went to the dollar store and got all my cards. I don't know how anybody can afford to go to the Hallmark store and buy a card. And you know what? They're nice, but they're $6 and $7 now. And people just they read the thing and then they open them. Some people save them. Not everybody saves them. And it's kind of like you're spending $7. I'd rather have the $7. I can go to the dollar store and get 2 cards for $1, which is what I did. So I got all my birthday cards. I got the bag and the tissue paper for the earrings for Brooke. And then I got her a card. And I got all my birthday cards. Yeah, so I was happy with that. Denise brought Mary to the doctor's today, and we got really good news. It wasn't the liver. We thought she was going to the liver doctor. She was going to the kidney doctor. And even though she's at a stage 3, he explained it that because she's 66, she's not anywhere near she has to worry about being on dialysis or anything like that. He said that nobody over 60, I think he said 50 actually, because I forget what Denise said, but anybody that's older is never going to have a stage 1 kidney because the older you get, obviously the slower your kidneys move. And so he said at stage 3, she's perfectly fine. He looked at her medicines and said that she's not over medicated. She's just doing fine. The ones that she takes for her feet, because she has neuropathy in her feet, for pain. He says he would like for her to cut back a little bit on that, but he understands that if it's, the reason she's taking it is because she's having pain. But her A1C was in perfect range and everything was, she got a glowing report. So we were really happy. So thank you for your prayers and continue with your prayers because we really need them. And then Barb is going home. She's not going to a nursing home because she texted me this morning to say that she was going to be going home today. I don't know if it's because she doesn't have insurance to go to a facility or there just wasn't an opening. I don't know. I haven't talked to her. She's going to call me later on tonight and I'll find the scoop on that. I don't know what it is, but she's going to go home. I would say it's her husband. They've been living together since, I don't know, the 90s, 80s, something like that. Her and Cortez have been together forever and ever and ever. So they're like common law. I don't even know Michigan has common law anymore. But anyway, they've been married forever. And when we went to visit her in the hospital, she says she was thinking of getting married. Because, when you get older, it's just easier to transfer your wealth and for them to make your medical decisions and stuff. I mean, she has to get a will and all that going to get anyhow, but anyway. So anyway, she said, don't be surprised if I decide I'm going to get married. I said, I wouldn't be the least bit surprised. I'm surprised you haven't got married yet. So she's going home today. And then I don't know if Bertie's coming for the dinner tomorrow. I got to call her tonight to remind her. But so I did go to for my eye exam the other day. The thing that I don't like, well, I don't know if I brought this up the other day. I think I might have, but if not, you're getting a repeat performance of it. The office that I used to be in was just a couple minutes away, but then they moved it to the farther one away over by Christy's house because it's like the main office and it was just economically better. But it was there was so many people there. I mean, there's a lot more doctors, and so I got there a couple minutes early. I think I got there 15 minutes early, and they took me like 10 minutes later because my appointment was at 2:30. They took me at 2:40. What I don't really like is the ones that bring you around that do, like, you know, which one can you see? This one or this one? This one or this one? Which was better? This one or that one? You know, I don't like that test because it's like they're so close and it's so hard to tell. And if you say it's about the same, and you know, and so we did that, and then she went and she did the thing where she took a picture of my eye, and then she did the glaucoma test and all that, and then she did some other tests and that, and then I finally went in to wait for the doctor, and so I asked her, I said, do you go to school for training for everything you do? And she says, no, they kind of taught me in the office. Well, I'm paying good money to go to an ophthalmologist, and you just have your office helping? I mean, I realized that when the actual ophthalmologist came in, he used the microscope, and he looked at my eye, and he looked at all the pictures she took and all of that stuff. But I don't know, for as much as this doctor charges, maybe I'm just getting stingy in my old age. I just feel that this should have been a more qualified person. Maybe she's qualified. I asked her if she had a degree or anything, and she said no. So I'm thinking I could have learned that job, and it's just, I don't know, this one or this one, or you know. And then they try to give you the lines that you can't read, and they go, try it again. And I'm thinking, if I can't see it the first time, what makes you think I'm going to see it the second time? And then I get all done, and she says, well, I don't think your vision was any different. And I said, I couldn't see two of the lines that you were talking about. And she says, well, most people can't see them anyhow. Well, then why do you show them to me? It's like, I don't know. Anyway, what I don't like about this office is usually when the other office, when you got done, they gave you your prescription. And then the optical department where you could pick out your glasses was connected right there. And then you could just walk over there if you wanted to go to them and get your glasses. And so there was really no intimidation to think that, you know, you have to go to them. And, but I had gone and looked at them beforehand because, like I told you, I don't like to drive when I get my eyes dilated. Well, now they have a thing for $29.95 that they can just take a picture of your eye rather than dilate your eyes. So I paid the $29. The insurance doesn't cover it, of course. So I just paid that because I thought I don't like when my eyes are dilated. My eyes burn and everything, the bright light and and I was going out to dinner that night and I knew I had to drive, and so I just paid the $29.95 for that. But so when I get done and I, you know, pay my bill and all that, and she said, oh, I had to go to that was another thing. I had to use the restroom. And the toilet was so low that as I was going to sit down, I kept thinking, is it coming up? Is it coming up? Is it good? I really thought I was going to be sitting on the floor. And so I was like, oh my gosh. I thought, is it really a toilet? I couldn't believe it. And so then, you know, did my business, whatever. And then I go to check out, and I said to the lady, I says, oh my gosh, I felt like I had to take a cab to get to sit down on the toilet. She says, oh my gosh, that toilet is too low. She says, it's like for toddlers. I says, it's exactly the size for toddlers. I said, I can't believe they had it that low. I says, what do they do if you can't get up? You can't call anybody to help you get up because it's so damn low. She says, well, we've never had that issue. She says, I think there's a handicap bar in there. I said, well, yeah, there was, but I said, I didn't need it. But I mean, it's just the fact that, oh my gosh, it's like, I felt like I was like potty training or something. It was so low. She says, yeah, I know. We really need she says, most of our clientele is older, so you think that they would have a handicap-sized toilet. I says, you would think. But anyway, I paid that. So then I said, well, where's my prescription? And she says, oh, they've already sent it over to the optical department. You need to go over there. I said, okay, fine. Well, I go to a different optical department, which that sells glasses. which is near there. It's not that far. But I had gone there a couple weeks ago because Jim had picked up some glasses, and I looked and I didn't really see any glasses that I really liked. So I thought, well, I'm not going to go there anyhow. I might as well just go here. But it still kind of bothered me that I didn't have the option. They kind of like intimidated you into going to theirs. Like, pick out your glasses first before we show you, give you your prescription. I don't know. I found some before we left, before we even went in. I picked out 2 pair because I always buy 2 pair. And so, of course, I have expensive taste. I know I have expensive taste. But my first pair of glasses that I picked out, I don't have a picture of them. You'll have to wait till I get them. I think she said in a week or 2 weeks, something like that. They were like, I had some before in a sunglass way back in the 90s, which I absolutely loved. It was like a tortoise shell with a brown, they were actually sunglasses, but with the brown sunglass. And I really liked them, but I've never been able to find that same frame. I looked and looked, and I don't, obviously from the 90s, I don't have that frame anymore. And this was pretty close, not exactly, but pretty close to the one I had back then that I really, really liked. And so then I put them on, and I said, I think these are the ones I want. And both her and the other girl, there's 2 other girls that worked in the office. They were young. They were like in their 20s. And they, like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. That's so, that looks really good on you. It shapes your face right. And oh, that's perfect, blah, 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 and all that. And so then she rang them up in that, and she says, oh my gosh. She says, you have excellent insurance. And I said, well, I know I had pretty good insurance. She says, no, the frames and everything that you want on the glasses, your glasses come to $1,250. And I went, what? $1,250? And she said, yes. And I says, oh my gosh, I can't believe that. And she says, yeah, they're really, she says, well, you did pick a top of the line frame. And then come to find out later that she put me in the top of the elite group of like the best of everything. Well, I deserve the best, I think. But, so I said, well, how much is my share? Because we're going to determine if I'm going to stay in this elite group. And she says, well, your share will be $195. Okay, they took almost $1,000 off. I'm thinking, okay, yeah, I like these glasses. I can afford $200 for glasses. I was thinking I was going to spend about $250 anyhow. I says, okay, fine, I'll take these glasses. So they did all the measurements and stuff like that. So then I said, now these are I really like these. I'm just going to get them like as a, because I like a splash of color. I like to stand out a little bit. I said, I know how old I am. I know that these glasses are for younger people. I said, but I'm young in spirit, and it's not like I'm going to wear them every day. It's not like I'm going to wear them in a professional setting, like at a wedding or something like that. I says, but I like them just on a day I want to be fun. And I want to wear, I really, really like these. And so then I put them on, and they both went, oh, no, you can't, no, you can't get those. You can get those, but those are not you. Those are not made for you. And I says, I know they're made for somebody younger, but I really like the color. It's a bold color. It stands out. It's just something that I really want. And I just really, really, truly want them. I said, and you know what? I'm the one that's buying them. And so she says, well, we're here to tell you that, we just don't think it looks right. But like you said, it's your money. You can, she says, but I wouldn't advise it. Okay, I'm going to put a picture in here. It's not the frame that I picked out. It's the color of the frame that I picked out. And I realized that these glasses, before I even show you, I realize these are for young people. I 100% realize it. I 100% know how old I am. I 100% know that I'm young in spirit. I really know that, and I really wanted these glasses, and the damn with what they said, this is what I really wanted. But here's a picture of the color, not the style, but the color of the glasses. I know they're very bold. And they kept trying to talk me out of it. And I thought, you are not talking me out of this. And so she started doing all of her little things. And I says, I don't want top of the line on these because, like I said, these are not my everyday glasses. These are just like if I feel like I'm going to be in a funky mood and I want to be like a splash of color or something. These are the ones I want. So I want the lowest, like the lowest tier of what it is. And we'll go from there. And so then she brings them all, she gets all done, and she said there would be $600. Okay, I almost cut my nose off to spite my face because I'm thinking, well, I'm already paying $200. Do I really want to pay $800 for 2 pair of glasses? And as much as I really wanted those glasses, I couldn't justify spending $600. But in my craw, I thought, no, I'm still going to get these. I'll just put them on a credit card and then just pay on the credit card. And I'm thinking, no, in the long run, you'll end up paying more because you don't have the $600 to pay the credit card off at the end of the month. So you're going to be paying interest. So you're going to be paying even more. So don't get them. But then the other person on my other shoulder was saying, get them. They're trying to talk you out of it. They're trying to make you feel like you're an old woman. And you are not an old woman. You're young in spirit. Buy the glasses. Buy the glasses. And I thought, I'm going to buy the glasses. And then my reasonable one said, can you really afford it? You're going to Alaska in 6 weeks. And you really want to have some money to spend there. Do you really want to spend them on here just to cut your nose, spite your face? And, we know that you really want them, but, why don't we wait till you get back from Alaska? Because they're always going to be here. And then maybe you can find them online cheaper. So begrudgingly, I told them, I said, you know what? I can't justify spending $600 for them. Now, if I knew that the place I normally go to have them, I would get them there. But so then I got home and I was telling Christy this story, and Christy said, well, I get my glasses online, and she gave me the name of the place. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm still going to get them. I know, but I don't really care. I really want them. And you know what Sandy wants, Sandy's going to get, whether she needs them or not. So that's my plan. That's what I plan on doing. So I know, like my other glasses, the black one, I did get like these they have the anti-glare. My black ones that I normally wear have so much glare. I'm going to see about bringing those, my last 2 pair that I got, to see if I can bring them to my other optometrist where I got not optometrist, the place where I got the Lens Boutique is the name of it, where I got them, see if they can send them and have them put like the coating on for that. Because I really do like them, but they have too much of a glare. So I'm going to see how much that costs. I don't think it would cost that much. And then while I'm there, I'll just show them the picture of the glasses. Maybe they have them now in stock, or maybe they can find them and get them for me. We'll see. Maybe when I go and pick them up, that's what I'll do. When I go to pick up my other glasses, I'll put those glasses on and snap a picture and show them to you. And then I'll snap a picture of the manufacturer so I can show where I usually go, and maybe they can still get them for me. Who's to know? I don't know. I know they were like some fancy name. Like, what's the designer with the purses? Michael Kors. Michael Kors? No, not Michael Kors. You know what the purses? Michael Kors. My black glasses are Michael Kors glasses. Excuse me. I don't know what these are. I don't think these are anybody's. Yeah, these are just regular. The Essential Collection from Denmark. Pro Design. They were more up my alley when I could afford that. But anyway, so, okay, I'm going to go frost the cakes and then make some dinner. I'm just going to have a salad for dinner tonight. And Survivor's on tonight and Amazing Race. So we'll see if I was right about my Amazing Race theory. We'll see. I probably wasn't, but we'll see. So in the meantime, like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I will talk to you guys soon.